Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Hey guys. Me. There we go. Hey guys, AJ Town here, live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to start discussing this monster storm. Let's start this way. Go this way. Go this way. There we go. Anyways, hey guys, AJ Town here, live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to start discussing this monster storm that is causing a bunch of school delays down at the bottom here. Right now, they are on 2-hour school delays for many of the areas there. Let's take a quick look. There are the school delays that finally popped up for me. All right. Sorry, I was waiting on my phone to catch up with me, so then I make sure that I am providing you with the latest information. And so we're continuing to monitor this winter storm as it does continue to really progress through the area. As we take a look at our latest radar, we can see just how strong the snowstorm is that is pushing through. Right along Highway 18, we see this heavier band right through there. All right, sorry. My phone delayed on me again. Anyways, we're watching this heavier band right through that circular area where they're seeing a heavier snowfall rate with this, where they're going to see 1 inch to 2 inches per hour with that. That's right along that Highway 18 corridor, basically, is what we are looking at as that snow does start to come in through the area. Now, as we take a quick look, let's take a quick look back here. We'll put this map into motion, and we can see that this is pushing in a northeasterly direction is what we are seeing with this. So this snow system is continuing to progress its way northeastward. Now, our concern really is not with how much snow is going to fall and what is going on as far as snow totals. Our concern here is going to be those winds. As we take a quick look at the latest, let's take a quick look at your advisories here. So we're jump over to our advisories. Areas in purple, it does include the Sioux Falls area, is under a winter storm warning. Now, they have changed that. Originally, it was until 6 a.m. Now, according to the National Weather Service, it is now until, that is 6 p.m. I thought I saw 9 a.m. Give me just a quick second here. I want to verify that, because I did see a 9 a.m. in one spot. So give me just a quick second to verify. I want to verify, so I'm giving you guys the latest information. Thanks, Josh. I greatly appreciate that positive feedback there. So we're trying to get this up. So as we're getting this up, let's take a quick look at something else here. So we're going to turn this off. Winter weather advisory for the areas in green. Would not surprise us to see the I-29 corridor closed. As we are talking about that, let's take a quick look at your road reports. In fact, extreme southeastern South Dakota is under a no travel advisory. As we do see that area there is under a no travel advisory here in extreme southeast South Dakota. Does include Highway 50, Highway 19, Highway 46, Beersford, I-29, Highway 11, and all the way down into Iowa is what we are seeing a no travel advisory along this roadway here. I thought it was 9 a.m., so that's why I'm a little confused on it. Because our software says differently, so that's why I want to check just to. So Minnehaha, Turner, and Lincoln County is until 6 a.m. Central Thursday. Okay, we just wanted to verify that, so we did verify that. Basically, the counties along up in the northeastern portion of this warning. So Sioux Falls area is until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now this is the latest. I just pulled it up as of 8:59 Central Standard Time from the National Weather Service. That is being issued. So again, no travel advisory for the areas there in red in extreme southeast South Dakota. Let me get back over to that screen. Areas otherwise around the area is being reported as frosty, iced, and slippery. Again, southeast South Dakota is under a no travel advisory. Would not be surprised if they do close the I-29 corridor south of Sioux Falls. Would not surprise us. Actually, technically south of T. I believe they don't actually close the Sioux Falls immediate area, and even down to the T because of that hotel that is in T. So we are seeing, again, this large system continues to make its way in a northeasterly direction. So again, we just want to mention this. We get our information from the National Weather Service. We don't utilize any third-party companies, third-party apps, or anything like that. Ours comes directly from the National Weather Service, and according to the National Weather Service's webpage, weather.org or .gov/FSD, it states that Minnehaha, Turner, and Lincoln County are under a winter storm warning until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. So again, that's why a lot of these schools are on the 2-hour delay, is because they do suspect that is going to clear up some and allow for the plows to get out and be able to treat a lot of the streets and be able to continue school then after that does occur. So again, you can see the school delays here down at the bottom of the screen. Does include the Sioux Falls School District. Doesn't involve Sioux Falls Christian School, Sioux Falls Lutheran School, T. Harrisburg. I've heard of area schools there. Let's take a quick look here. Let's shut some things off. Let's take a look at this big system here. Get back over to one thing here. We're going to take a look at our national map. As we take a look at our national map here, you can see just how large this system is. It is moving through Iowa right now, but here's a down kicker. Look at these severe storms that are going on down in the southern portions of the country This is just one big system that is really impacting the area. Let's put this into motion here. If it lets me. I'm going to try here. It's going to take a little bit of a load here. So you can see just the system, how much it is wrapping around. Now really affecting the I-35 corridor and the I-80 corridor over in the Des Moines area. We are seeing just how large this system is wrapping around there and bringing up. If we take a look closer back home here, let me zoom in here. And as we put this map into motion, we can see these heavier bands pushing out up from the Nebraska area there, pushing in a northwesterly direction, and that is going to bring us some heavier snow bands as well. Now, according to this latest radar here, we do see some heavier bands. Now, if you do watch here, I'm not sure if it's going to let me do it. So as we do put this map into motion, we do see some of this storm is actually starting to back build to the east. And you can see some of those heavier bands right along Highway 18 is what we are watching right now. In fact, let's zoom in here. We can tell Lennox right now is getting some heavier band. Freeman, Highway 81, Minnow, Lesterville. You can see where the darker blue is what we are watching. We're actually going to switch over to our live radar system. Now this will be a live radar sweep, which is going to really tell us where that heavier bands, and you just can see all the heavier band just in the extreme eastern portions of South Dakota. Now remember, I-29 is no travel advisory basically from the Canton exit all the way down to, actually that would be the 58 exit, mile marker 58. So the Davis-Hurley exit, I believe that is, all the way down into the Iowa border. Let's take a quick look here. Just a quick second here. I gotta find the right screen. Sorry. As we take a look at Nebraska road reports, much of Nebraska, I-80 is shut down actually from Grand Island all the way to the Wyoming border with the snowstorm system. Now, I have seen reports of upwards to 2 feet of snow in central portions of Nebraska. As we take a look at your Minnesota road conditions, I-90 up in Minnesota, according to the 511, is going to be isolated, slick, partially covered, so definitely take some caution there. As we take a look at I-80, Iowa, where we did see those heavier snow bands completely covered, basically no travel advisory on those. Travel not advised for the I-35 corridor north of the Des Moines, north of Story City there. Now, extreme northwestern Iowa there, partially covered. Some areas are going to be completely covered. So, again, if you have to travel in South Dakota tonight, travel would not be advised. Again, we are watching and waiting on our report from give me just a minute here. I was reading my emails. So, we did not get an email yet of I-29 being closed as of yet. Would not surprise us to see I-29 closed yet tonight due to this snow. Other concern that we have with this, let's see if I can pull this up. Hold on. Trying to pull something up here. Right now all right, that's reflectivity. So right now, let me switch over here to, all right. So we're looking at our velocity as a storm system moves through the area. So the velocity is going to be your wind speeds and everything within the storm cell. And you can see that we are seeing 30-mile-an-hour winds in some areas, 35-plus-mile-an-hour winds in some areas. That is creating a blowing and drifting snow-like condition with the velocity. So that is going to create some travel concerns as well. So definitely, I could see a no travel advisory issued for areas south of the Sioux Falls completely along I-29. Would not surprise us to see the I-80 or I-80 Highway 81 corridor also to be issued as a no travel advisory. 90 is kind of questionable. Would not surprise us though if we did see it from maybe the Highway 81 corridor eastward. So we are seeing that right now, according to DOT traffic cameras, or according to DOT, we are seeing that that is being reported as frost, icy, and slippery coverage there. Give me just a second here. We're going to take a quick look at some traffic cameras here as well. Give me just a second here to get these pulled up. We're not able to get those pulled up for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let me pull this one up. DOT traffic cameras are not pulling up, and I don't know why. There you go. All right, let me pull up the Beersford one. See if it'll pull up as a big one. Here is the DOT traffic camera for Beersford. You can't even see the roadway with that one. That's supposed to be a road surface. You can barely see the dotted lines on that one. This is definitely why we are seeing that no travel advisory. As we do look further down northward here, this is by where that no travel advisory starts. There is the guardrail right there. You barely can see that guardrail. As we look at, let's look at the Sioux Falls closer one. All right, we're having some connectivity issues with this as well, so see if this will load here for just a second. So again, we are watching the storm system here come into the area, bringing us, as we take a look at some of the velocity. There's a 37-mile-an-hour report right there. As we zoom in here, that's going to be by the Chancellor area that we are seeing those higher wind speeds with this as well. Let's turn off this velocity, and as we turn on that, we are still watching those heavier bands just push a little further northward of the Highway 18. So that is something that we're going to have to watch closely, because if those heavier bands continue to push northeastward on our other live radar, let's get over to that. Switch over to our other radar program here. Let's put that in pause. All right. There is that heavier band right through there, moving in a northeasterly direction, northwesterly direction is what we are seeing with that cell. So we are kind of watching that, because if this does continue to push in a northerly direction, it's going to really move into the Sioux Falls area. and really start to affect us. Could bring upwards to snowfall rates of upwards to, hold on here, 1 to 2 inches per hour with this band right through here. So we are watching that, as we do have that chance of 1 to 2 inches per hour with the system. So we are going to continue to monitor that. You do see the school delays there at the bottom. We are going to stick with the storm. Traffic concerns, again, no travel advisory is in effect for extreme southeast South Dakota. As we did take a look at that, let's take a quick look at that real quick again. Southeast South Dakota is under a no travel advisory. This is for that area in red, basically Gayville to Iowa. Looks like Viborg, that area there along Highway 19. Highway 46 is under it as well. Snow totals. You want to know snow totals? Of course you do. That is one thing I have not talked about. Thank you for bringing that up. So as we jump into this, let's take a quick look at snow totals that will be additional of already what's on the ground. Give me just a second here to get that slide switched over. 6.1 inches additional snow is what this latest model is saying. You can see Vermilion area, about there's Yankton, Sioux City. Brookings is looking at maybe another 1/10 of an inch. Huron, Mitchell. We are looking at additional. Now this is already on top of what's on the ground in Arnie Fell. Pick out your city, pick out your county, and you can kind of really see snow totals there. 6.1 for the Sioux Falls, additional of what's already fell. Let's see if I got an update from the National Weather Service. As of 10 p.m., about 1 inch of snow has fallen. 2-hour late start down here for Alcester, Hudson area as well. And I just lost my earpiece. There we go. So we're looking at about maybe that 5 to 8 inch mark still for the Sioux Falls area, as we are starting to watch that heavier band shift just a little further northward. So something we're going to keep a close eye on as you go to bed. Be prepared for in the morning. Be prepared for the I-29 corridor possibly being closed. Be prepared for to dig out of quite a bit of snow, and continue to monitor the weather as we start to really get involved in this system as it pushes through the overnight hours. We expect to see additional snowfall. We do expect to wake up to more of a white system, white snows. So definitely going to give yourself some time. So snow totals, there's a quick look at your snow totals across the area. We will continue to watch this as we do take a quick look. Again, real quick, no travel advisories for the area in red back behind us here, right along the I-29 corridor, all the way up into the Davis-Hurley exit there. So definitely take your time, take some caution. We could see there on the DOT traffic camera that conditions are not favorable to be out in, and definitely use some cautions. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. This has been AJ Town Live with the T-Storm Chasers, bringing you the latest weather information as we are starting to watch weather event happen here. We'll continue to monitor it and continue to post. Thanks, guys, for joining us, and have a fantastic night.